And hello again, friends, and welcome to another one of Lord Reginald's Fireside Chats. And today, we are going to be talking about our Gundam markers. Like I said in the last video, I do want to go over just the Gundam markers. Kind of like an introduction to them, their uses, some of the different kind of markers. It's going to be more of a, we won't go too in-depth, we'll do a little bit, so I don't want to ruin my Let's Build that's happening. But we will go ahead and we'll go into some Gundam markers right here, kind of explain things, show you what the different markers are. And our little friend here, our little red frame astray that we have here, he's gonna be our helper today, or our guinea pig, depending on how all things go. But let's go ahead and let's get into it. And let's start here with your typical Gundam marker. Now this marker you can see fine tip. That's for doing your accent lines. You can do panel lines with this. As you see here, if we want to just do a little shading right there, accentuate that line. And that's basically what it's for. It's for accentuating lines. You can also panel line with it, but there are better markers for that. But that's your fine tip. And these come in a variety of colors. I like a very dramatic look, so I would go ahead and I will use black most of the time. I also have some grays for this. A lot of people will like to use your browns or tans also for panel lining, depending on the color of the plastic. Red, a lot of times people will use brown. I prefer black. I prefer the way it looks. And let's move on to this one right here. Now this is a Real Touch marker. And the Real Touch it's pretty much the best out of them. You can see a little bit of ink. I was doing a little panel lining earlier and it went a little bonkers. But as we see, as we pop this off here we have a brush tip. And as you can see here, I was going ahead and doing a little bit with it earlier, but what a brush tip does is you go ahead and you brush your ink on. If you're going to use Gundam markers, if you don't have the means or the want to, frankly, to go ahead and get an airbrush and get the paints and get all of that, highly suggest you use these. It has a dual tip, so there you have your fine tip again, just like our little friend over there, except you have your brush tip on here. These are excellent markers. I have a couple of entire color packs of them with some blacks, and here you can see here is brown. This is the Zaku kit. Brown, green, tan, pink, and this clear fellow here. Let's go ahead and talk about him right now. Now this clear fellow, this is a weathering marker. And you can see here, I bought this at a hobby shop in Fairfax, Virginia for $4. And that's about what it's going to run you. But if you want to do weathering, this is what it's for. This is a blending marker. All it does is just blend your color. So if you would want to, say, have a Gundam that maybe looks like it's been through some battle damage, and or maybe out of some of the exhaust ports out of the back of the unit right here, this is where you would use it to kind of get that smoke effect. And that's what you would want to use this for, is your weathering. It's a fantastic marker here. If you're going to do weathering and you're using markers, get these. Now this guy, this is strictly for panel lining. These just came out, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And you notice here it says, for plastic model kits. And what the model kits will do, which I'll go ahead and show you here, this is for strictly panel lining. So let's go ahead and let's grab this panel line here. And as you can see, it just goes right down. All you do is dab it, and it just follows the line. And as it follows the line, you just take and brush it off as I go ahead and make a mess of it because I'm absolutely impatient. You know what? I have to fix that. I have to fix that. I can't leave that be. I have to fix it. In my Gundam setup video, friends, said that I would explain what Ronsinol does. Well, what Roncinol does is Roncinol, our lighter fluid, will go ahead and it will take this off like magic. So you go over your kit with this. It will not damage your parts, but it leaves a nice clean line. And even if you're using Gundam markers, I highly suggest you get some Roncinol. That's what it's used for. Cleans up your Gundam, cleans up your lines, and there we have a very nice panel line now. Let's set our friend there. Hang on for a minute, John. And last but not least, we're gonna go over your traditional Gundam marker. And a lot of people will see these and they will go ahead and they will use this tip and they will just brush it on. Let's brush on a little bit on this side here. You see, he's brushing it on, Not very great. Kind of looks like you put a marker on there. But what these are for, really, is you want to decant into any kind of a paint tray. I got these little plastic ones because they were cheap. What you do? Push your marker tip down and watch the magic happen. And there you are. You are decanting right into it. Make sure you don't waste any because it's still going to be flow. Just there we go. Now the flow is gone. We're not going to waste any of that. And what you can do is you can take any of your brushes here. This is my favorite Tamiya brush right there. That's a #1. Get you a Tamiya if you're going to do some Gundam painting. All you do is just like any other paint. You're going to go ahead and paint it on. But you can immediately see the difference between the non-painted and the painted. It's worlds of difference. And it acts just like any other paint, except it's not a paint. It is indeed a Gundam marker. And after a couple coats, all of your brush marks are going to go away. Make sure that you don't have any pooling. We don't want to have any pooling of the paint. And right now I'm just being sloppy. I'm just getting it everywhere just to show you how the actual markers work. I'm not really worried about being descript. I'm not going to go ahead and tape anything off. I'm not going to do anything like that. We're just putting paint down. Like Sir Bob Ross likes to say, it's a happy accident. That's what I want to be. I want to be the Gundam equivalent of Bob Ross. There are only happy accidents. Very nice. All right, friends. So that is Gundam markers pretty much in a short little video. Right here's some more. I believe these this is for the Gundam seeds. So it's whenever you see them, you're gonna see like seeds, Zaku. They're gonna go with a certain line. Like these ones, as you can see, these are all Build Strike colors. Here I have some more in here. This is actually just basically some copies of what it was. Right here, some of our panel lining ones that I haven't opened up yet. Here's a metal flake one, which is fantastic. I love metal flake. I love spraying it. So if you can get some metal flake, pick yourself up some of those. So that's it, friends. That's just a quick little Gundam marker tutorial hinty thingy dingy. If you want, I can go more in depth than this and we can go ahead and paint something up for real with these. If you would like that. I just wanted to do a quick little tutorial on them. I know some of my Twitter friends use the Gundam markers. I just wanted to do this just as a little primer as we get into our Let's Build. So once again, friends, thank you so much for joining me again. I can't say how much it means to me that you would actually watch me do this as I become the Bob Ross of Gundam building. Thank you again, friends, and as always, have a bully day.